Today we are going to test 3 viral new complexion cosmetics on my 64-year-old very dry skin. I will swatch, apply, and share my thoughts on the new CoverGirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence, as well as the new e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush, which is supposed to be a dupe for the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush, and a brand new corrector that really surprised me. If this sounds fun to you, throw this video a thumbs up and let's do it. Starting with the newest product that isn't viral yet, and it is the DRMTLGY Luminous Eye Corrector SPF 41. Now you know how much I love Dermatology. It's one of my very favorite skincare lines. Even so, I was really skeptical about this one. It reminded me so much of the ColorScience 3-in-1 corrector that went viral several years ago. After hearing everyone on YouTube rave about it, I finally splurged the $79 and picked it up, and I was so disappointed. It was heavy and greasy, and it didn't neutralize or correct. I felt like I was the only one on YouTube that didn't like it. It was a major and very expensive fail. This Dermatology product sounded so similar to the ColorScience product that I probably would not have purchased it on my own, but I am really happy that Dermatology sent it to me in PR. The claims are similar, the packaging is similar, even the applicator is similar. Anyway, here are the claims. Color corrects to neutralize dark circles with light medium coverage, protects the delicate eye area from the sun with physical filters SPF 41, moisturize and treats fine lines with peptides and humectants. And like ColorScience, this is fragrance-free, cruelty-free, vegan, and contains no drying alcohol. Now the difference is in the ingredient list. I think the Dermatology product has a pretty unique ingredient list. Ingredients include zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. That's how it achieves the SPF of 41. Fruit extract selected to deliver hydration and visibly plump fine lines and wrinkles. Tremilla snow mushroom to replenish and boost dry, deflated skin. Botanosil SP, a light scattering, optical blurring silica microsphere to mattify and conceal fine lines. Of course, it has peptides to fight the signs of aging, ceramides and lipids to repair, soften, and lock in moisture to the moisture barrier. This comes in 4 shades: fair, medium, tan, and deep. I have it in the shade medium, which is perfect for me. Now the directions say to apply a half a pump and use this little applicator to blend it into the under eyes because it is supposed to also cool the under eyes. My preference is to apply it to the back of my hand. There is the consistency. You can see it has a definite peachy undertone, making it perfect to neutralize and cancel that dark blue purple. The texture is really silky and lightweight, so I just pick some up on my ring finger, warm it up between my fingers, and then I'm going to apply it and blend it with my ring finger. Inner corner and under my eye. A little bit on top. You can see how easily that blends. Now, it did make a difference. I hope you can see that it did some light correction, neutralization, and I would call the coverage light to light medium. So there is with the corrector, and there is without the corrector. Now you can build it up a little bit to a very light medium coverage. It feels really nice and lightweight going on the skin. Again, there's the coverage, no coverage. Let me get it on the other eye. Now I have been using this for well over a week. I feel like it does a nice job neutralizing the dark blue. It has very light coverage. You can build it up to light medium coverage without it looking heavy or cakey. It absorbs and sets down really quickly, minimal creasing, no powder needed. Now Dermatology claims it's a luminous finish. I feel like it's more of a satin skin-like finish. So incredibly natural looking. Now on makeup days, this is not going to replace my corrector and concealer, but it does enable me to use less corrector and concealer, and it is perfect for no makeup days because it looks so incredibly natural, like you're not wearing any makeup at all. This is the most expensive product that I am sharing with you today at $41, but I always have a 20% discount code in the description box below, which brings the price down to $35. Still a little on the pricey side, but way less expensive than the $79 ColorScience product, and this works so much better for me. I predict this will become one of Dermatology's best sellers. Next up, we have the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence. Now this went instantly viral when it launched a month or so ago, and it sold out immediately, which only increased my intrigue. So when I saw it back in stock recently, I ordered it right away. Now this is supposed to be a dupe for the very expensive Chanel Water Tint, which retails for a whopping $70. So even though this is expensive for the drugstore at $21, some say it's the most expensive drugstore foundation yet. It's still way less expensive than the Chanel. Now I haven't tried the Chanel, so I can't speak to whether this is a dupe, but we are going to see what we think of this. Here are the claims. Now we know that CoverGirl is cruelty-free, vegan. This product contains no drying alcohol, and it does not contain any SPF. It claims to have a HydroFresh tint with microdroplet technology. These pigmented capsules blend evenly for a radiant bare skin filter effect, suitable for all skin types, even dry and sensitive skin. It is non-comedogenic, so it will not clog the pores. 99% natural origin ingredients. It has 71% water, which I believe because you'll see the consistency is very, very watery. 0.5% bakuchiol, which is a plant-based retinol, perfect for sensitive skin, and it is loaded with glycerin. Now this only comes in 8 shades. I have it in the shade light medium, which is third from the lightest shade, and it does work well for me. It comes with a pump, and here is the very unique consistency. It's pretty runny. It feels very wet and watery. I have to say it's the most unique texture I've ever experienced. Very thin and liquidy, almost slimy. Directions say to blend between your fingers to break up and activate the micro droplets and then apply it to the face. I hope you could see that as I worked it into my skin, it did develop a little bit more of an even pigment instead of those little micro droplets showing through. They claim that you can wear this alone as a foundation or use it as a primer under makeup. Now I have been testing this for a few days, and I do find that it works better applied and blended with my fingertips after I break up those micro beads. So let me grab my mirror, and we will just apply it to half of my face. You know, it's so sheer that it's actually hard to see if I'm blending it. It really does blend easily, and it dries down pretty quickly. Although you do have plenty of time to blend it. I don't know, can you see it has sheer coverage at best? It might even out my redness a little bit, but I would not call this light coverage. So here is the side with the essence. They actually don't even call it a foundation. I can see why. And here is the side without the essence. Let me get it on the rest of my face. Okay, so there is one light layer applied and blended with my fingertips. You know, the coverage is so sheer, so I am going to try to build up the coverage a little bit with a brush, and I am just going to sort of tap it on the areas where I would like a little bit more coverage, and sort of press it in with my fingers. I really can't tell if that even added any coverage. I may have gotten just a tad more coverage to even out the redness a little bit more, but in general, I would not say this is very buildable. What I do enjoy about this foundation is it dries and sets down really quickly. It leaves my skin feeling beautifully moisturized without any heaviness or tackiness. And although coverage is definitely sheer, it does have sort of a blurring and a smoothing effect, doesn't accentuate lines and wrinkles, and I really do like the soft, radiant finish. It's probably looking extra glowy under the lights, but in real life it has a really pretty radiant finish. I have been testing it several days this week, and I have found that by the end of the day it can look a little cakey around my nose, and it can accentuate dry patches. Although in general it is so natural looking, you really can't even tell you're wearing makeup, making it good for natural makeup days or no makeup days. And now for the viral e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush, which is supposed to be a dupe for the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush. Now we know both e.l.f. and Rare Beauty are cruelty-free, fragrance-free, and vegan. The Rare Beauty runs in the $20-ish price range, but the e.l.f. is only $7. Here are e.l.f.'s claims. Long-lasting liquid blush with a high pigment pop of color. Lightweight formula with a soft, dewy finish. Blendable and buildable for all skin types. The e.l.f. blush comes in 9 shades, and I picked up 2 shades. I picked up the shade Dusty Rose and Pinky Promise. Now I do have 6 of the Rare Beauty shades. I think I got a holiday pack with a bunch of minis, and I really could not find a shade dupe. So the shades are definitely different. But let me show you these 2 shades swatched. Here is Dusty Rose, and I was a little surprised to see this is a little bit peachier and warmer than I expected. And here is Pinky Promise. Again, even though it looks super cool pink in the bottle, on the skin it has a little bit more of a coral undertone. Really, really pretty, especially for summer. Today I'm going to apply Dusty Rose. Like Rare Beauty, the e.l.f. is really, really pigmented, so rather than dotting it on my cheek, I'm going to apply it to the back of my hand and pick it up with a brush. I just find I have a lot more control that way. So I'm going to pick up just a little bit with a brush. And yeah, see, even though I'm trying to go in really light, it is really, really pigmented. My goodness. But it does blend really, really nicely. And if you get too much, I don't know that I have too much, if you feel you've overdone it, you can use your foundation brush and just go over the edges. Tone it down just a little bit. So there is the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Dusty Rose. Let me get it on this side of my face. Going in a little lighter this time. I'm applying a little bit more than I probably usually would because I want to make sure that you can see it. As far as the differences between the Rare Beauty and the e.l.f. Now I could not find a shade match, so I did not apply them side by side, but I do find the Rare Beauty to have a little bit more of a matte finish. And I do enjoy the luminosity that the e.l.f. offers. The Rare Beauty is a little bit more pigmented and can be a little bit more difficult to apply. And while I did find the e.l.f. fairly easy to apply, it's still plenty pigmented and can be easy to overdo. They are both very long lasting. So I would not call them dupes, but I do think the e.l.f. is an excellent, affordable alternative. Now I'm going to go off camera, finish up my makeup, and then we will go outside and I will show you how my complexion looks in natural daylight. Well, it started to rain, so instead of going outside, I just stood right in front of my south-facing window, no artificial light. I went for a really natural look today, no eyeshadow. And here you can see no makeup on the left compared to a full face of what I think is really natural looking makeup on the right. Final thoughts. I am completely in love with the DRMTLGY Luminous Corrector SPF 41. I love how it hydrates, treats, protects, and color corrects. It looks so incredibly natural. I think it is perfect for both non-makeup wearers and those of us who love makeup. Next up, you know, the CoverGirl Essence I really did enjoy. It is definitely moisturizing. It does blur and smooth, and with the sheer to light coverage, it really does a nice job enhancing the skin without looking makeup-y. Another product perfect for a natural makeup day or even a no makeup day. And lastly, we have the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush, a very affordable alternative to the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush. Although, to be honest, I find both the Rare Beauty and the e.l.f. just a little bit tricky to apply and to blend. I always overdo it, not necessarily beginner friendly. It does take practice. Anyway, please leave your thoughts, comments, and questions in the comment box below. I always love hearing from you. And with that, have yourself a great day, a wonderful week, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you.